He can't say daddy. No way you can say daddy.
I don't think a grown man would call their dad a daddy.
Okay, true.
Huh? I hope not.
It's more like Instagram model type behavior. Yeah, I feel you.
I hope no grown man calls their father daddy.
I hope not.
Yo, Pops, throw the ball.
He might just have to hit him with Bron. Okay, so think football. What if you just call him by his number? 6, ball. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Barbershop Breakroom. It's loud as hell outside because they're tearing down the building. So we apologize. Episode 89, right?
Sure.
No, it's been 80 episodes of me not knowing what episode. 80 something. Fellas.
89, I think.
Start out with a nice question. Got something for you guys. If you're Bronny, what are you calling LeBron when you guys are in game? That's a tough one, right?
In game, you're LeBron.
That's crazy.
In game, you're LeBron. You're Bron.
Like
at home, you're dad.
Like imagine
in game,
how
you're
crazy. Like I'm the only one here with a kid, but I can't imagine me and DJ playing basketball. And he's like, "Yo, Dontea, ball." I'm like, "What?"
I mean, there's a lot of times to when you play, you don't say the person's name. You're just calling for whatever action you want. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of times to where when I was playing with Matt, I'm not like, Matt, do this, Matt, do that. But there's a lot of times to where I do say, nice shit, Matt.
Yeah, and I'm like, Matt, ball.
Yeah. Yeah. So dad, it has to be dad.
And that's crazy.
It has to be dad.
Dad is crazy too.
I don't think that he has like a right answer.
That's why I asked you guys, because there is no right answer.
I don't think that he has a right answer.
He can't say daddy. No way you can say daddy.
I don't think a grown man would call their dad a daddy.
Okay, true.
Huh? I hope not.
It's more like Instagram model type behavior. Yeah, I feel you.
I hope no grown man calls their father daddy.
I hope not.
Yo, Pops, throw the ball.
He might just have to hit him with Bron. Okay, so think football. What if you just call him by his number? 6, ball. That not work?
That wouldn't be bad. But no matter what he says, it's going to be weird.
I mean, we've never seen this before, so.
Because, I don't know. Because we've had father and son play in the same league together on the same team.
Yeah, like what did the Griffeys, like what did Ken Griffey Jr.
Probably
call
dad.
Senior?
I don't know if you guys need to in baseball.
It's not as communicative as that.
One played center, one played left. They you had to communicate who was going to get the ball.
You just got, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, but.
Hit the mellow. Fuck out of here. I got it.
Like
yeah, I guess.
I don't know. The Earnhardts, that's completely different because it's NASCAR.
They're in different cars.
Yeah.
Not like they're
that's what I'm saying.
Dad,
like
turn left here.
You do communicate with one another, though.
All right, you got a left turn coming up?
Another left turn coming up.
But yeah, it's going to be weird whatever he does decide to say.
Well, we'll to be continue this because I'm sure that is going to be a question that they actually ask Bronny. And I'm like, I actually want to know.
What are you going to call him?
Right. So while we're on the topic of Bronny, today is Sunday. Summer League was played yesterday. We had the Lakers and the Kings play. And before we get into that game, I want to say shout out to Detroit Mercy alumni Antoine Davis, who went 7 for 9 from 3. And I really would like to see him land on a roster and play. The dude can fill it up. For the people who don't know, Detroit Mercy is in the Horizon League. They play our hometown school, YSU, Youngstown State. And we watched him play. I watched him play twice, actually. Dude's a bucket. He was a few points off of Pistol Pete's all-time scoring record in college. I think he was maybe 7 points off.
Let's say he broke it. Would you put an asterisk behind it?
Yeah.
Because you're not playing to the level of competition?
Well, the asterisk was he had a COVID year.
That too.
He had an extra year to do it.
But let's say he didn't have an extra year. Someone that's playing lower level competition.
Nah,
it's towards that or
it's
no?
still D1.
Okay.
If he was D2, I would put an asterisk next to it. But D1's D1. I know it's AA, but it's D1.
Yeah. He ain't playing against Duke, Kentucky.
Hey, Jack Golke. Oakland, Horizon League.
Shout out him.
Hey, he played Kentucky. You remember what he did?
Yeah.
I do.
Pissed on your team.
Chill out.
I'm sorry.
Back to Bronny. All right, so Bronny played in his first summer league game. Not an impressive outing. My man went 2 for 9 from the floor. I think 0 for 2 from the free throw line. 4 points, 2 boards, 2 assists. What were your thoughts, Jordan? Like, I know you didn't probably see the game, but just seeing his stat line.
I saw some of his shots. It just looked like he had a lot of open looks and couldn't hit.
Yeah,
they
weren't falling.
I mean, he took a couple of bad shots that weren't really open, but it's summer league. not really, I don't want to say supposed to be there.
Don't say it. Don't you say it.
I don't want to say it, but a lot of people don't think that he should be in the NBA anyway. So he's got a lot more pressure than a guy that is like, okay, well,
he should be here.
I wasn't expecting, like, even if it wasn't like I'm not supposed to be here, there's not people going like he shouldn't be here. Bronny got people down his back like, you're here because you're dead.
So now I have to ask, do you feel like Bronny should be there? I'm not trapping you with this question, I promise.
I'm not a huge basketball enjoyer, but by looking at the numbers of what he did in college, even back to what he did in high school, I don't think so.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Derrick, ask him about a summer league game, and we're gonna come back to that.
With a summer league game, I mean, their 17th pick in the first round, the dude that's supposed to be a really good role player for him, he didn't play very well either.
3 for 12, I want to say, or 3 for
12.
3 for 12. He had 12 points, but
1 for 4 from the free 3-point line, and then free throws 5 for 9.
Yep,
which is
5 free throws. Yeah,
5 for 9 is not very good.
No.
Especially Dalton Connect's supposed to be a scorer, right?
Projected. He was supposed to be a projected lottery pick.
Yep.
Was a top
Fell.
10 projected pick at one point.
Fell. Bronny's not a prolific scorer. He's not that type of player to where he's going out and dropping 30 on your head. He's just a decent, good all-around basketball player. Kind of like you guys said, he had some open looks. Missed that open corner 3 in the very beginning. That was like his first 3 that he attempted. He missed that one. But there's great 3-point shooters that miss wide open 3s too.
100%.
So there's no reason to overreact to this because not really anyone besides Lewis kind of proved themselves on the Lakers Summer League.
Yeah.
Like their first game. Like no one on the Lakers played good.
Yeah, and going back to the missed shots, I watched Klay Thompson go 0 for 10 in the closeout game. I'm just saying.
And that's top 5 shooters of all time. He might be in your list.
Yep, he is. So I ask you this. Do you think Bronny should be here?
So Bronny, he was going to be here no matter what. Whether if he was going to get drafted or not, he was going to make the team.
Okay.
It didn't matter. I'd say yes, just for the fact of how many players make it to a summer league team or get drafted that you have no clue who they are or they weren't very good in college. They were just a player or a guy.
Just a guy.
So, I mean, with that, I'm going to go into a little bit of research I did.
Yeah, go ahead. Go off, King.
I made a list, last 5 second-round picks at pick 55, excluding Bronny. So we're going to go down the list.
Let's have fun. See if we know any of these guys.
You'll know one for sure. The other ones might not. Last year, Isaiah Wong.
Nope.
Pacers. Next, Guy or Ghoul Santos on the Warriors.
Nope.
Aaron Wiggins.
I know Aaron Wiggins.
You'll know Aaron Wiggins because he played the most out of all these guys.
Yep.
For
Thunder,
OKC.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
OKC. Jay Scrubb.
Well, no comment.
What a name.
No comment.
I wonder.
Jay Scrubb on the Nets. And then Kyle Guy. You know Kyle
I do know
Guy.
Kyle Guy. Big bucket at Virginia.
Yeah, and I think he's currently on the Knicks,
National
I
champion?
want to say.
National champion? Or did they just make it? Yeah, they were national
he's a
champion.
yep, he's a
Yeah,
national
because my boy went crazy for them. DeAndre Hunter. He went crazy and won the game for him.
So even if you go down that list in the next 5, there's going to be no dudes that you even know. With that, I did compile their stats together, their average stats. 3.92 points, 1.4 rebounds, 0.6 assists on 9.8 minutes a game.
So you just said all of those guys are Bronny.
If you're having an expectation for Bronny, that's what it should be because that pick 55, that's what they're giving you.
So
I like that.
The research that I think you should have done, though, is what those guys did in college to be drafted at that position.
I'm excluding college just for the fact of this is where they were picked in the draft.
So,
Because in the draft, that pick, a lot of people arguing, I guess, in general, he shouldn't even be in the NBA. But him drafted right there, I'm saying, hey, anyone that is drafted at that spot, they're giving you that. So if he gives you that, you can't say that he didn't belong because he's doing exactly what those pick 55 players were doing.
Yeah.
That's my reasoning.
So I like what you said there, Jordan. I want to go into what you just said a little bit more.
I'll look it up as you talk.
Nope, I got something for you.
Okay.
Don't even worry about it. I got something for you. So I like what you said, Jordan, because there were some people who said something similar to that. We've been having this, for the people who don't know, this podcast is called Barbershop Breakroom because we are barbers and we work in a barbershop. So we have a lot of barbershop talk. And a lot of guys been yapping this week at the shop about, Bronny and should he be here? Is it nepotism? Has he been drafted because of his dad? So let's go into it. Did he get drafted because his dad is LeBron James? Yes. Is this nepotism? Yes, you could say so. Now, are they drafting Bronny based off of, I got a hair in my beard?
Yeah.
Good looks. Did I get it out?
I don't know. Turn your head.
Is it white? Because that's probably my hair.
Nah,
getting gray.
it's like red. It was Anna's hair.
Oh, it's my wife's hair.
You got some wife hair in there.
So you can say this is nepotism, sure. But people don't realize that some players are drafted based off of potential. Bronny has a 40-inch vertical. He has a 6'7" wingspan, and he is over 200 pounds at the size of 6'2". Okay? Now, people say, well, he's small. Sure, 6'2" is small for the NBA, but he will be a point guard. And people ask, what other point guards is he going to guard? Well, he's 6'2" with a 6'7" wingspan. As long as he can move his feet, I think he should be able to stay in front of some of these guys, right? And I watched him in Summer League deflect passes, play passing lanes very well. He blocked people off the backboard at USC. I watched him play help side defense very well.
You watch his ankles get a little loose.
I watch him. I watch him take somebody's ankles though. Did you see it on that fadeaway?
Yeah.
So let's go into it though. So Bronny averaged. A lot of people want to get hung up on Bronny's 4 points a game at USC. I understand that. Well, let's remember one thing. Bronny was the 55th pick in the NBA draft out of 58 picks. Okay, he was 3 picks away from being the last pick in the NBA draft.
And he would have made the team no matter what, even if he wasn't drafted.
Exactly. So for the people who said, oh my God, all these other players could have been drafted, he took somebody else's spot, he was 3 picks away from the last pick. Like, he wasn't drafted first round. But you know who was drafted first round? A guy named Peyton Watson a couple seasons ago. You guys familiar with Peyton Watson?
Nope.
Probably not. Peyton Watson went to UCLA. He was drafted round 1, pick 30 by the Denver Nuggets. You want to know a fun fact about Peyton Watson, guys?
Hit me.
He was drafted first round while averaging 3.3 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 12 minutes per game for 32% from the field and 22% from three in his college tenure.
Damn.
He was drafted first round. I don't remember anybody saying anything about that.
That's a pick about off potential.
Yeah. Thank you. Exactly.
That's what that is.
This year, you guys familiar with a kid named AJ Johnson?
AJ Johnson.
AJ Johnson. First round pick this year. Do you know who that is?
Hit me with the stats.
So he played in Australia, I'm pretty sure. He played for the team I can't pronounce, but the Hawks. Don't remember exactly what pick he was. You want to fact check that for me real quick?
The Hawks Tuas?
The Hawks Tuas, Jesus criminy. AJ Johnson, picked in the first round. You know what he averaged overseas? 2.9 points, 0.7 assists per game, 1.3 rebounds per game.
Why did I type in AJ Johnson NBA?
And Amir Johnson comes up.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, it happened the same thing for me too.
Wait,
That's how irrelevant this gentleman is. So he was picked in the first round. Now, I had somebody try to combat that fact and say, yeah, but he was playing versus professionals. Okay, perfect. So if Bronny averages 3 points a game this season, then it's okay, right? By that logic.
Yeah, and would you say those professionals over there in where you said Australia?
Yeah. Do they equal the professionals in the United States or even
Or college? Yeah.
Probably not.
It'll be close for college, I think.
Right.
But I don't think it's totally comparable.
And there's another guy I never want to hear anybody say anything about because Thanasis Antetokounmpo is in the NBA, okay?
Still.
And now listen, for the people who want to be like, Thanasis, he didn't get drafted to the Bucks. He got drafted to the Knicks.
Yep.
And he also did average 12 points a game overseas in the EuroLeague. Much better league than probably Australia. So I will give Thanasis his slight credit, but we've seen Thanasis play over the last few years. It ain't good.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
It's not pretty.
Yeah.
I say all of that to say, whether you believe Bronny belongs here or not, whether you believe LeBron got him drafted or it's nepotism or the Lakers are a joke, listen, it's a pick based off of potential. It's a kid that got drafted. Let him prove himself. Like, instead of setting the standard for him, He was a second-round pick. He was a 55th pick. There's not many second-round picks you remember in the NBA in general, besides guys like Jokic, Draymond Green, Gilbert Arenas, like very notable guys. But for the most part, second-round picks are throwaways. They're throw-ins. No one cares about them. And let's be real, the only reason we care about this second-round pick is because of who his dad is. The world hates LeBron.
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to hate his son, too. Matt hates this. He's been hating on this Bronny pick since day one, and he knew it was happening. If you hate LeBron, you hate Bronny. And you're a terrible human if you hate a 19-year-old kid because of his dad. Terrible human.
A lot of people.
Yeah, Matt, you terrible human.
Yeah, Matt's a terrible human.
I don't hate MJ's sons that try to make it to the NBA.
Facts.
What they play? UCF? Is that where they were at?
UCF.
What did they average in college? Probably 2 points.
So let's get off of Bronny. We wish you well though, Bronny. I hope you ball out, King. Baby goat.
Video game champion too.
Video game champion. Oh yeah, and they did say he was mainly going to be in the G League too. So
I heard mixed reports with that one. Originally, it was like he's not going to sign a two-way, not going to play in the G League, and then more recent came out saying that he's going to spend some time in the G League, which I think he should.
Which I expect. Yeah,
it'll be more helpful.
So we've had a couple teams make some off-season moves, fellas, and I think we should rank them. So let's start with the team that most recently made a move, the Sacramento Kings. You can say fleeced, or you can say it was a good deal, maybe a bad deal, but the Sacramento Kings, they got DeMar DeRozan. What grade do we want to give this? I'll start this one off so you guys can, have a little gauge, but I gave it a C+. DeMar DeRozan's a good player, all-star caliber player, but his game is very dated. Doesn't shoot threes, slows the game down a lot, doesn't really run the floor fast break style as much. And when you have a young team like the Sacramento Kings, you got to do like Malik Monk, Swipe of the Fox, who like to run up and down the floor a lot. I don't know how DeMar fares with that team, but he is a good player who can put up 18 to 20 points a game for you. So with him being the third option, I'd say, maybe second option.
Third.
You think third too?
Third for sure.
Okay. Fox, Sabonis, him?
Yep.
All right. I give it a C. C+. I give it a C+.
I give it a C. DeMar, how does he fit in that role? I think he can, because a lot of it is dribble handoffs with Sabonis. Mm-hmm. He's coming up high post, dribble handoffs with most of the guards, him and Fox mainly. How is DeRozan going to play off of that? Sitting in a corner, or outside the three. If he's open, he can sometimes knock down threes, but for the most part, he's probably driving in, causing, he can hit layups. Yeah. He can hit the mid-range. Yeah. He's going to drive in, and you still have to account for him.
Yeah, DeMar's a good player.
So as soon as you kick it out and he's wide open, he's not going to sit there and hesitate and not know what to do.
Right.
So he can still fit that role decently. I think it could make them, they were in the play-in last year.
Yeah.
They could.
Disappointing.
They could make the playoffs like they did the year prior.
Yeah. They're one of the best teams in the West 2 years ago.
But does that put them over the hump exactly? I don't think so. Huter didn't play that good last year either.
No.
His shooting went down. Keegan Murray did improve a little bit. He was kind of inconsistent.
He had some games where he was banging threes.
He did get better on defense. They got better defensive guards now too, but I mean, that doesn't push them over the hump in a stacked West.
Okay.
I give it a C.
Jordy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with a C too. I think it's just like a
guy.
All right. I like DeRozan. I like watching him play when I do watch, but I don't know if that does it for the Kings.
Okay. I like it. Let's move to the next team. I got Philly signing Paul George. I'm going to go ahead and give this one an A. Paul George, as a second or third option, has proved that he is a very good sidekick. He can give you 20 points per game. He can fill it up. He's a good defender, good three-point shooter, three-level scorer. Outside of maybe playoff performances, some people call him playoff P. Some people think he doesn't show up in the playoffs. Whatever you think, it's not my opinions. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey. You got to look at it like you are moving.
Who else did they get? The Sixers got somebody else too.
They signed Caleb Martin.
Caleb Martin is also a good one. So let's just say they both move into the starting lineup. You put Paul George and take out Tobias Harris.
Well, Tobias signed somewhere else, so yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You bump him out. Yeah. Let's say he just takes his spot. And then Caleb Martin is a 4. Let's just say that, hypothetically.
I think he's going to start at the 2.
Who, Caleb Martin?
Over Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon's not going to start. There's no way Eric Gordon starts.
Okay. Yeah, true.
In my opinion.
You never know. Yeah, you take out Tobias Harris and plug in Paul George. That's a huge void that just got filled. So I like it. I give it an A for sure.
I give it an A. I mean, the Sixers, this sounds wild to say, you're in a win now situation. Yeah. Joel Embiid is 30 years old, which it sounds wild because it doesn't seem like he is 30 years old.
My dude's got Bell's palsy.
But yeah, okay, yes, he does.
I mean, I know my brother had Bell's palsy when he was like 10. It's not.
It don't really affect you much?
No. It just makes like half your face not work. It's like you had a stroke without having the stroke part.
So like,
I didn't mean to laugh.
I mean,
I didn't mean to laugh.
He played the game with it, and you can see it like acting up, and he was okay.
My dude was on the ground like one eye.
Still dropped 40. But Joel Embiid's he's 30 years old. He's had multiple injuries in the past. He is a center. That is most likely the centers don't last as long in the NBA, especially when they weigh a lot, and they've had multiple injuries before. I think overall it's an A because they signed Andre Drummond, which is going to be a great center coming off the bench.
Angel Reese.
He's going to give you energy. He's going to grab a lot of rebounds and he's going to set screens. That's what he's going to do.
That's Angel Reese. Had he kick off the backboard, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. And then I like the Caleb Martin signing. I think he's going to start over Eric Gordon. I don't like Eric Gordon that much as a player now.
He hasn't been anything since the Rockets.
Hopefully he just gets 5 to 10 minutes a game. I don't think he should.
5 to 10 is crazy.
I don't think Eric Gordon should get any more than that. I think Jared McCain is going to play a bigger role than Eric Gordon does.
Oh, I forgot about Jared McCain.
And hey, painted nails, it don't matter. He's banging those threes.
Hey, I watched a father-son watch his TikTok, and they reacted to it, and the dad goes, I ain't drafting him. This is the guy that's supposed to help us win a championship. I ain't drafting him.
Hey, and he talked about it too, about people making fun of him. He's like, look where I played in college. He's like, you don't think I've heard that already?
Yeah.
Like he said, it has no effect on me.
The new generation is different though. That's y'all group of people. Like y'all different.
What do you mean?
Gen Zers, y'all different.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Y'all are more eclectic, a little metrosexual, into yourselves. Painted nails, dangly earrings, frosted tips.
Damn, it looks like I got all that on me right now.
I mean, okay, you want to be the one example of not, sure. But do you remember the phase D-Bake?
Jordan's not.
Okay, you remember the phase D-Bake went through?
That's D-Bake.
My dude
You're
had
talking about a completely different species.
Same generation.
Yeah, I guess so.
My dude had painted nails.
Different animal.
Cherry earrings.
Not the same beast.
Dangly cross. A red mohawk. Blonde mohawk. A blonde beard.
Okay, it's because...
The blonde beard wasn't his fault. He didn't want that shit.
I say all that to say that's y'all generation.
All right. He's still hooping.
What do you think of Philly, Derrick? I mean, what's your name? Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, I probably give it an A. I mean, it's...
Stop copying me.
I don't even know what I said. I think I said
A- because Paul George and Joel Embiid got bad knees.
Damn.
Is that what you want me to say?
All right, we're going to move on to Dallas now.
That's my brother. He had it twice.
Oh, my God. Look at him, bro. He's froze.
Yeah, it's straight like your whole one side of your face doesn't...
What?
Sorry. Your one whole side of your face just don't move.
Yeah, my dude was blinking with one eye when he was on the ground at one time. I was like, bro, what's going on?
So how about my mom took him to Disney the second time he got it. Like he got it on the flight, and he was like standing by something taking a picture, and some lady walked by and was like, "You're at Disney World. You should smile."
Oh boy!
And my great aunt was there, and she's like never the type to cuss, like sweetest old lady ever. I guess my mom said she blew the fuck up on this old lady that was like this lady that told him to smile. Yeah, my mom was like, yeah, she wasn't messing with that. Like
that's when you don't get people business, man. Mind your business, lady. Dang, it's a kid. You never know. He could have just got told no to his favorite toy. Leave him alone. Dang, yeah. People nosy. So let's talk about the Dallas Mavericks. Klay Thompson, Mr. 0 for 10, gave this signing a B-. I know some people might think this is a little high, but this is my philosophy here. So you lost Derrick Jones Jr. But if I'm looking at the replacement factor,
And
who else did they lose? Oh, Tim Hardaway Jr. I'm just thinking like he's replacing him in the lineup. That's how I'm looking at it. So because he didn't even start towards the end of the season. I'm looking at replacing Klay Thompson and moving out Derrick Jones Jr. I like it because Derrick Jones Jr. was athletic. He played defense. He rebounded. That was 3 things that Dallas needed.
Yep.
Now, Klay Thompson is not going to do either of those things. He's not going to play defense because he can't anymore. Blew his Achilles, blew out his ACL. He's not a big rebounder. He's not very athletic anymore. But as far as having 2 playmakers on offense who can get the ball, get to the hoop, draw in a group of people, if all he has to do is just stand there and be a spot-up shooter, this is a great signing. He is not looked at as the second option anymore because the Warriors needed 18 points per game out of him. They needed that. Dallas doesn't necessarily need that anymore. They have Luka at 30 points per game. They're going to have Khyree at probably 23, 24. You never know. And now they have Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson give them 15 points a game. If he hits 5 threes a game, that's a great signing for them. So I give it a B.
For the Dallas Mavericks, I'm going to give it a C. Just for the reason being, defensively, their defensive rating last year, they were in the middle of the pack. They were like 18th or something like that.
It was defense.
You add Klay to it, you lose Derrick Jones.
You think you're going 20s?
Your defensive is gonna, your defense team, it's gonna go down. I personally don't think Klay should even start on the Mavericks. Because if you put Khyree, Luka, and Klay all in the same lineup, that is a defensive liability for guards. They're going against offensive guards. They're getting fucking cooked.
All right.
There are going to be times to where Klay.
But if they're going against offensive guards, wouldn't they just be cooking back?
Maybe. That could happen. But
well, we saw how that happened with Boston.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Even against Boston, they weren't even playing against offensively great guards. Derrick White was still able to play great. Drew Holiday still able to play
amazing.
Great. Yeah.
He played amazing, bro.
And those aren't offensive guards.
Right.
So I just think that's a completely defensive liability, and you're leaving it all on Gafford, all on Derek Lively to help you on defense. And
PJ Washington.
PJ Washington.
He can D up. Shout out to Kentucky.
I think if he comes off the bench, it's a better rotation for him, especially he's going to be able to hit threes. I mean, he shot 39% last year. Still great from 3.
Mm-hmm. You didn't say that was great for Larry Bird, though.
He didn't shoot 39%. And he only shot 2 games.
He shot 38.5.
37.6, actually.
Oh my God. That's probably the real percentage.
It is.
You're
Anyways,
sick.
I give it a C. I think Klay isn't what he used to be defensively, at least. Offensively, he's going to give you 15 points. I don't think that improves your team that much.
Respect. Jordy.
I'll split the middle with you guys. I'll go C+. I do agree with Derek. It's a defensive liability. Klay is a lot slower now.
Yeah. Can I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
You're done.
Okay, go on, Jordan. I'm sorry.
It's on you. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I don't think he himself is a defensive liability, but if all 3 are in the starting lineup, that is a defensive liability.
I think he himself.
Okay. I didn't know if you thought that's what I was saying.
I mean,
I haven't seen him lock up in a while.
tore his ACL, blew his Achilles out. He's slower. He's lost a step. He's not going to stay in front of people as well. And it's no like hate to him. That's what happens. If a corner blows their ACL and then tears their Achilles, like
they're not
they're gonna be covering the flats.
They're on special teams.
Yeah,
That's a great comparison, Jordan.
Yeah.
A+.
I do think though that it helps them a lot in terms of getting somebody else just that can shoot it. And I know Khyree probably, I don't know his percentages on 3. Between Klay and Khyree, I'm going to give the ball to Klay, take a 3 if I need it.
I understand.
You know what I mean? Late in games, you're down. You need people to make 3-pointers. I think he adds a more, I don't want to say for sure, but it's more sure of making a 3 than Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah,
I know it hurts on defense, but if you can trade 3s for 2s all game.
Yeah. PJ Washington's a good 3-point shooter too.
And this is what a lot of people said with the Klay signing. What were they missing in the finals when they kicked it out and it wasn't in Luka's hand and it wasn't in Kyree's hand? Who was open around the 3-point?
Derrick Jones Jr.
Who was not hitting threes? Yeah.
Bang!
Clay does give you that, but does that change that whole series?
No.
No.
No, it does not.
Which I agree. I see the point of what people are making. They need more 3-point help.
Yeah, I agree.
But they're losing a lot on defense.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I don't see them being back there next year personally. That's just me.
They're not going to make it back.
So we'll see. The last team that we're going to grade today is the Oklahoma City Thunder, led by the Kentucky alumni himself, SGA. And they added 2 good players, Alex Caruso and the newly founded Black Isaiah Hartenstein.
Showed you a picture, you wouldn't know.
Overpaid Isaiah Hartenstein. I think that's a lot of money for him. But this is the first one that we're kind of grading based off of 2 players. At least I am. I'm going to give this an A. Josh Giddey just didn't fit with that team anymore. He was a shell of himself offensively. He was never a great offensive threat to begin with. He was just a good facilitator, ball handler.
Ben Simmons.
What'd you say?
He was a Ben Simmons.
Yeah, he's Ben Simmons. But you just don't need him when you have SGA. Now, what Caruso brings to that team is different than Josh Giddey. You get a gritty dude who's going to dive on loose balls, take charges, play great defense, hustle. Like
Why'd you call him gritty? High motor kind of guy? Real scrappy guy?
Yeah. Little scrappy, high motor, willing to get dirty, get in the trenches, that type of guy. And then Hartenstein, some of the same, honestly.
Yeah.
Dude, he's down to get dirty, gets offensive rebounds with the best of them. I think he averaged like 4 offensive rebounds a game in either in a series or maybe in the playoffs. But he was a great rebounder.
4 in the playoffs, 4.1.
Dang, I'm a dog. Yep. So good rebounder, good offensive rebounder, knows how to find the shooters, doesn't shoot too much if he's not open, he ain't shooting anyways, but he's a dude. He's not going to get a rebound and take it back up. He's kicking it back out. So I like both of those signings. I think that fills 2 voids that team needed because outside of Lou Dort and maybe Jalen Williams, that team wasn't phenomenal defensively. Chet's a good defender too. Yep. But now you let Chet kind of roam on a 3-point line, and then now you got Hartenstein to get down there and get dirty. I like that signing for them. I'll give it an A. A++.
Hartenstein averaged 3.8 offensive rebounds. I was wrong. He averaged 4.1 defensive rebounds. So
3.8
either way,
is still 4.
You're there.
I'm rounding up.
I think Hartenstein's a real good signing. I mean, what helped him is when Mitchell Robinson got hurt, he was able to get more minutes and show what he could do.
Yep, and then left.
And then he said, peace out.
Was that sign my check? I was gone.
I mean, he's bounced around the league since he got into the league, but now this is a big payday for him. Is he able to kind of improve OKC defensively and have that, like you said, kind of what Caruso is going to bring to the table, that gritty hustle, and just that energy for the team?
Mm-hmm.
They're still probably one of the youngest teams in the NBA. They should be able to put shit together and make some deep playoff runs in the near future. Yes. I'm going to give it, I don't think it's as close as the Paul George to the Sixers. B+.
B+. Okay. I like it.
So Hartenstein, he's only like half as gritty as Caruso, right?
I hate you so much.
You could say that.
They'll take a charge. He'll dive on a loose ball.
They got a good locker room guy that I would be willing to let date my daughter, and Caruso. Now,
this cat's stupid. I wouldn't let Caruso date my daughter.
I give it an A for that.
I think I let Hartenstein date my daughter, not Caruso.
Yeah, Caruso's bald.
Yeah.
He looks like a woman beater.
Yeah.
Sorry, Caruso.
Like mustard on his wife beater.
Yeah. Bush Light type of guy.
Hartenstein is 7 foot though.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's a big
but
can't beat me.
Grandkids in the league.
Hey, what was the video? My boyfriend's 6'5" and benches 300. I've got a Glock.
Yeah.
He's 7 foot. I've got a Glock. I'm sorry. Continue.
I do think it helps them a lot though. They got some guys to go around SGA. I'll give it an A. Just A.
I like it.
Not A+, not A-.
There were some other teams that made moves, but no teams that we thought it was significant enough to really sit here and speak.
Do we want to really grade the Bulls getting a rapist?
No. Wait.
Allegedly.
Alleged rapist,
Allegedly.
man. Allegedly. Rapist. Getting sent to cease and desist would be fire. So let's switch gears real quick. NFL hasn't really given us much news lately, but we had a video come out last week.
Well, the first thing I want to do with NFL is I want to do a moment of silence for our guy, Khyree Jackson.
Yep.
From the Vikings.
Quick moment of silence.
Just got drafted.
Yep. Give him a moment of silence real quick, fellas. And I would like to break that moment of silence by saying, Rico knows you, my friend, are a piece of shit, and I regret ever supporting you.
And I wanted to break that with the driver of the other car that hit them. I was misled when I told you what had happened.
Yeah, I found out what actually happened.
They were hit by a drunk driver.
Yep.
They should get the electrical chair tomorrow.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, because I never looked at the news. I didn't know. I heard about drunk driving. I didn't know if he was the one driving or
yes,
he
it was
hit by.
He was driving.
Was he drunk?
He was not.
Okay.
He was driving with two of his friends in the car.
High school buddies too. I saw.
Yeah, high school. They won the national or the state championship when he was in high school. He was hit by a drunk driver who had two people in her car as well. All three of them walked out of it completely fine. All three in the other car died.
That's crazy.
Two were dead on impact. One was pronounced dead at the hospital. Yeah, that driver should get the electric chair tomorrow.
That's crazy.
That's I don't care who it is, if they're an NFL player or if they're a mom of two driving home from work.
Yep.
If you want to get hammered and get behind the wheel and kill somebody, you deserve to not be here anymore either.
And just think, Henry Ruggs will be back in the NFL in probably 3 years.
You did make that assumption.
I stand on that, bro. He will be back in the NFL. I'm telling you, bro. He's going to get out on good behavior, and he's going to be playing in the NFL again before the age of 30. I guarantee.
Even if you reverse the roles, Henry Ruggs, you deserve the electric chair as well.
Hey, I'm not mad at that. But yeah, I don't know if you guys seen what Rico Knows did. I don't want to get too much into it.
He's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, he made a long-winded video completely just defecating on Khyree Jackson, talking about how he wasn't a good teammate, wasn't a good human.
The video you watched last night.
That was him?
Yes, that was Rico Knows. Yeah, that we used to take bets from. Yeah. So I regret
for you, buddy.
I regret even supporting this dude and paying for his Discord.
If any of you guys have his Discord, cancel it.
Leave it.
Find Cody Brown bets a sweet.
Yep, leave it. Rico Knows deserves no support and no credit. For sure.
I miss everything.
Yeah, just fade Derrick. We'll make a Discord called Fading Derrick.
Hey, that's like Trent. You remember when Anthony Volpe went on like a 10-game hit streak and he goes, I know how to end all this. And everybody was like, no, you son of a bitch, you better not.
Don't do it.
He bet on him to go over a half hit. He went over 4.
That's crazy.
So last week we made a video talking about our Mount Rushmore. And there was a lot of dialogue with that video. Some people agreed, some people disagreed. Some people had some guys that they wanted to throw in there. But one guy, let me give him his proper shout out real quick because I liked what he said. Give me a second. Got a lot of pictures I've recently taken.
And I know
it's in our messages. I think you sent it to us.
We're going to do a Mount Rushmore of offense and defense.
So going off of his message that he sent to us, we are going to do a Mount Rushmore for offense and defense because he said, he didn't feel like it was fair, should have did this, should have did that. I'm not mad at it. So let me get this gentleman's at real quick. Hold on.
If you're doing a Mount Rushmore, just NFL in totality, it is hard to choose.
If you hit the little eye on the top right?
I should have did that. I thought it was like one of the last. All right, here we go. Brada Kelly. Brada _Kelly. We'll probably take the comment and put it in the video and stuff like that. But I sent it.
It's already sent.
Okay. So I did my Mount Rushmore. It's pretty much almost the same thing. I'm going to take defensive players from the one I had before, offensive players I had from the one before. Should we do all of our offenses and then come to the defenses?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So my offensive Mount Rushmore will consist of Thomas Edward Brady, for the people hating in the comment section, talking about he's a cheater. So is your dad. I'm going Tom Brady. I'm going Tom Brady first. Listen, whether you think Randy Moss was more talented than Jerry Rice or whatever, I'm still going Jerry Rice. I know I had Barry Sanders on there before, but I didn't want to seem like a homer. But after looking in the comment section, there's a lot of people saying one of our guys. And now I feel more comfortable putting him there. Jim Brown is on my offensive Mount
I was going to
Rushmore.
put him there, and I didn't because I'm a hater.
Respect. I respect that, bro. Way to stay on brand.
I typed his name, and then
F Boston forever. I'm with you. So, what?
I had him on
Let me
there.
hear your fourth.
And then my fourth, Joe Montana.
Damn.
I know, 2 quarterbacks. I know. I wanted to do different positions. I wanted to go here, wanted to go there, but I had Joe Montana up there. So my 4 consists of Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, Jim Brown, and Joe Montana. And Derrick's face is a little weird, so I'm really curious of what he's thinking.
So now here's the thing.
Yes, I know what you're going to say.
Read my offensive list. You see it. You don't have to read it out loud.
Dang, that's crazy.
It's the exact same list Dontea just said. So that's how I feel about it. Whoever's listening on the podcast, that's my same one. Brady, Rice, Montana, Jim Brown.
For TikTok.
But not for TikTok. I'm going to fuck around and we're going to make a new one.
Should we just pan to Jordan and then you can think of your fourth?
No, I'm going to switch them right now and people are going to hate it. You ready?
Yep.
First, I got Tom Brady, the GOAT. Argue about it. Whatever. Next, I got Jerry Rice.
Okay.
Greatest wide receiver of all time. Then I got the second greatest wide receiver of all time. Give me Randy Moss.
Okay.
Lastly, this guy's going to be on the Mount Rushmore eventually. I'm going to put him right now because he deserves it. Patrick Mahomes is on the Mount Rushmore because he's the greatest quarterback you have ever seen. You can cry about it, whatever. Patrick Mahomes is on there.
We'll have to do some research, but was Mount Rushmore created while one of the 4 guys was currently president?
I don't know.
Because I don't know if you could put a current guy on it.
Why not?
This is our rules. Barbershop Breakroom made his rules.
I feel like it's...
We don't fact check.
Mount
We don't do
Rushmore's
research. We
rules.
just talk.
You don't have to be dead, though.
Well, you do
No, you
yours
don't
and
have
I'm
to
going
be
to do
dead.
some research. So who's your Mount Rushmore?
So my Mount Rushmore, I try to do one from each position. I was trying not to do yes, you could put 4 quarterbacks in there. You
These
could put
dudes were all definitely
4 wide
bad.
receivers in there.
Sorry. Keep going. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
I did Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, and Tony Gonzalez.
Ooh, Tony G.
I tried to do one just from every position. I know it's not make your best all-time player from each position.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to put in Montana. I know that he can go in. Like I said, you could put 4 quarterbacks on there and it be
Marino
a
was
legit,
on my mind. Yeah.
yeah. You can do all 4 of anybody. I wanted to break it up by position, so
I respect that.
that was my 4.
Yeah, I respect that. So let's move to the defensive side of the ball.
Swear to God, if you have the same 4.
This was
I'm
this
hoping
one.
you don't.
This one was a lot of arguing. A lot of people said Deion Sanders should be on there for defense. A lot of people threw out, Bruce Smith, all-time leading in sacks. I didn't really see Alan Page in the comments too much.
I was fucking with you when I said Alan Page.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I didn't see him in the comments
It's because
section.
we said his name one time and someone didn't know him. They're like, "You don't know who Alan Page is?"
Yeah.
It's like, bro, he played in the
I think it was me that didn't know who Alan Page
76.
was.
I don't know.
But I also
D-tackle
didn't
for the
know who Navarro Bowman was.
Purple
So,
people eaters.
yeah, the Purple PP Eaters. So my defensive Mount Rushmore will consist of Reggie White, dude I left off initially and I really didn't want to. Lawrence Taylor, I don't care what anybody says. Dude was coked up, playing football, and got an MVP. These last 2 people might not like, and this was really hard for me to do because I'm a Browns fan. I'm putting Ed Reed on there. Ed Reed is on my Mount Rushmore. That is the greatest safety to ever play football. Don't care what nobody say.
I'm a hater again.
And listen, some people be like, hey, him and Troy. So I'm sure Jordan's is going to consist of Troy Polamalu. No big deal. And then my 4th, guy he played with, Ray Lewis, man.
2 Ravens.
Listen, 2 Ravens, they hurt.
I'm a hater because I couldn't put 2.
Listen, I get it. Ray Lewis is on there. He is. Like, what Ray Lewis did for football and what he did on that football field, Ray Lewis is on there. So my Mount Rushmore is those 4 guys for defense.
So now here's the thing with the Mount Rushmore. We talk about players, what they did in the game and out of the game, right?
Mm-hmm. He stabbed somebody and got away with it.
Anyways, I have the first 2 are the same. I got LT and I got Reggie White.
Yeah.
They're on it.
Remember you guys let me draft those 2 in a defensive draft?
I did. Next, I do
gotta
have
do more
Deion
drafts.
Sanders. I do have Deion here.
Hey, I get it.
He brought eyes to the sport too.
Yeah.
Changed the game for a corner. Then last, TikTok did put this guy in there a lot. He did play D tackle, and he was crazy at D tackle. Aaron Donald.
Okay.
In which I did look it up. I mean, what he did as a nose guard, nose tackle, whatever you want to call it, it's insane.
Yeah.
Dude was trained with knives.
Man, shut up. That video was fake and he admitted it.
But that's my defensive. There's so many other players you can put in there.
Yeah. There's dialogue to be had.
Like the safeties that you guys mentioned, Ed Reed, Troy, Ray Lewis.
Ronnie Lott.
Yeah. But I'll let Jordan go before I say a name.
So mine's very similar to yours. Of the same two guys at the top.
It's about to
Reggie
just
White,
be the-
Lawrence
about to be the
Taylor.
steel curtain.
Nope.
Mean Joe Green.
Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor. I do have Ray Lewis in there, just like Dontea. And then I'm a hater. I couldn't put Ed Reed. I wanted to. I can't. So I have Dion in mine.
Okay. You didn't put Troy up there? Wow.
And that's why I think it's hard to judge that.
It's all
you're doing
I was
four just
trying-
defensive players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you went by position in safeties, you got Ed Reed and Troy already in there. Like
Yeah.
no one's gonna argue with that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if you're just
somebody
going
will.
all time-
Ronnie Lott. Better than both of them.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
three.
People are
You know
going to
what I
be
mean? You
mad
could have
about
four of
Bruce
them in there.
Smith not being on here, like
Yeah.
Alan Page, you know.
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett should be there. I agree. Fuck Jordan's face. But yeah, man, I think, you guys let us know what you think about the Mount Rushmore. And then, maybe we'll do one for NBA next.
Yep.
NBA should be good.
I'll be missing that week.
It's just MJ, LeBron, Wilt, and Ron
Hakeem.
Baker.
Wilt ain't on mine.
Ron Baker is though.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Jordan's not on mine either. No, I'm just kidding.
He ain't.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
sad.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Barbershop Breakroom. Like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. For all the people who have been sharing our content on their stories, we really appreciate that. We really do.
Love you.
Kevin Garnett, shout out to you for commenting.
Yep.
Fuck out of here, respectfully.
Getting the spelling bee.
Oh boy, you said that
that
again.
back-to-back. I'm sorry.
You
I
said
love
that
you.
back
Love
to
you,
back
KG.
episodes. That's like one of my dudes. So I'm just so happy you commented. I had to do
We're
this
like, we're
2
close.
weeks in
That's
a
how
row.
he just didn't know we're joshing
said we're
around.
close.
He said we're joshing
Oh
around.
my
He knows
gosh.
me.
Just Josh.